Hey guys, welcome back to Trick Central, your place for everything tricky and magical. And Derek Ostavani certainly is tricky and magical. And today, thank you for joining us. You're going to show us some really cool ways to penetrate. No, that's a bad word.
No, don't say
to make things. To take your fingers and make
objects that go inside of other.
No.
Okay.
No. Wait, we'll cut this out. We'll edit this out. An object passed through another object. Now that sounds magical. We're going to teach you how to make one object pass through another object. That's how we say it, right there. That's professional.
That's it.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do that. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Dude, nice to see you, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah, we've done a lot of fun stuff together.
Yeah, we go way back.
Corporate events.
We flew to Arkansas, private jet.
Picked you up in a private jet. I didn't fly because I don't know how to fly a private jet, but that was a good event. We've done some fun stuff, but it's good to see your career taking off and you're doing killer stuff, man.
Thanks, really cool. Man. Yeah, I got a good role model.
We have a full-time pro here in the house, and he's going to teach us some really cool stuff. I got a preview of these, and we have 2 different methods, and this is going to be a trick that's going to kill and slay your friends. You can do it anytime, anywhere, in office, at school, anywhere. Just a couple rubber bands, and it's all just pure angles and skill, and it's an awesome little thing. So why don't you start? You're up, man.
Cool, totally, right? So I have 2 different color rubber bands because it'll make it easier. So we'll just wrap these rubber bands between the fingers, right? You can see we have the blue rubber band on the top and the purple one on the bottom, right? If you take those 2 in the middle, all you have to do is just touch it. Watch. 1, 2, 3.
Dude, that is absolutely through right there. I can feel it.
Right? See from your side?
Cool. Yeah.
Right? And if we want to unlink it, right, you can see that spot right in the middle where it touches.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Completely unlinks, and you can hand it out to them.
That's sick. That's really cool. It's beautiful. It's such a great thing. And you could do this surrounded if you know.
Absolutely.
There's a couple methods where you can't. There's a method where you kind of can hide it all, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
I love doing this surrounded.
Yeah.
On your method, when you had it go through right there, what was that noise? Did you make that with your mouth, or did you snap at the same time?
No, it's the rubber band making that sound, which is cool because it sounds like it's actually
It's a really cool. I thought you embellished it with some little.
If I did, it's unconscious.
It's really cool. No, it was a really cool moment. Yeah. So this is cool. So you want to break it down frontwards and backwards. So stick around for a minute. We're going to show you the front, and then we'll show you behind, and you'll show you kind of how you hook it up. You have a method, and I have a method. Between the 2 of us, you might find a method that really works better for your fingers. And let's do this.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to start off and wrap 1 rubber band around 3 fingers. You can take the other one and wrap it kind of like a cross with the index finger, and the thumb will pinch. The other hand comes over, and you're gonna mirror it. So the blue rubber band is also gonna go around the index finger. The purple rubber band is gonna go over all 3 of these fingers: the index, middle, and ring. Right? And you leave it kind of loose, not too tight, a little loose. And the 2 thumbs go in and pull underneath this band here. The thumb comes down, and the index fingers go in.
So show the back what has actually happened here.
So what you've actually accomplished is you can see behind my fingers here, the bottom rubber band is just looping over the blue rubber band.
Here and here.
Exactly.
It's just this middle part is flipped. That's all you've done, but you've stuck your fingers in between that separation to keep it separate.
Exactly.
So now you're in the setup where this is twisted once, and this is twisted once, and your fingers separated. So from the front, it looks like, if you pull it straight, it looks like there's a blue rubber band on your first finger and a purple or another colored rubber band on your ring finger, and that looks very clean, and it should look just what it should look like, you know?
Right. So if I was actually doing it, this is what it would, without doing any of the moves, it looks like this.
Like you just took time to adjust them on your fingers. And, okay, that looks cool.
Right?
That's really neat. Yeah.
So you'll see this image looks the same as the final product image.
In real time now.
Like this. Nothing changes.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's awesome.
So from here, you can do one of 2 things. What I did was I took the 2 middle bands, and as I touch right in the middle, what happens is the right middle finger releases.
And it's automatic.
Because
there's still one more twist. You've let go of one twist.
One twist.
This is very cool from the front. And if people haven't done this won't make sense. They're gonna be like, what is going on? So you've released one twist, which gives the illusion it's now joined.
Right.
But it's actually now, it's still held by probably on this end.
Exactly. It still is, exactly.
On the right side is fair. The left side is still looped.
Has one loop left.
One loop left.
Release this one. Yes.
Yeah. So if I were to go back, look, I'm putting my middle finger back in there.
That's back to the beginning. But
Exactly.
you've undone this by just
releasing the middle
and now
finger.
it links.
Right?
So when you pull up on one and pull down on the other and you release this, that automatically just goes pink.
Exactly.
That's so cool looking.
And an even easier way to do it is I'll tell people, watch this. Rich, you see the two bands in the middle?
Yes.
Right? I just want you to just kind of pinch it like this in the middle. And
pinch
yep,
it.
just go do it right now and rub back and forth.
Okay, I got it.
And whenever you want, stop.
Whoa.
And it just links
That is cool right there, guys.
Right?
I would highly suggest doing it like that.
Yeah, that's a really
Because
visual
it's
way
less
to do it.
coordination. They don't have to push a finger up and a finger down.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
get the spectator involved.
Yeah.
So once you're there, you want to unlink it. What I do, and this is gonna be tricky, but I put my left pinky, I put it in the rubber band and I push against my my palm here. Right? Left pinky goes in and pushes against the palm. Left ring finger comes and pushes this in the palm. And what happens is I take these two fingers and pinch it, take my right middle finger and I pull it down.
So you're trying to create a shape, like a
I'm trying to create a
separation
shape.
of box or something.
I'm trying to make it very clear, right? And you can clearly see that there's two separate rubber bands.
Right.
And all I do is when these touches, I go 1, 2, and 3, and my left ring finger releases, releasing that second loop. Right? So we go 1, 2,
and then bing, you let it go.
in slow motion.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I would recommend, like you did, 2 different colors. I like a white and a black, very contrast.
Very,
It's kind
visual.
of cool.
Very
A
visual.
colorblind person, they might just look like gray and gray. Who knows? And I'm going to show you a different setup. It's the same results, the same handling, but watch this. What I do is I let a person A and B check out the rubber bands. Go ahead, and they check it out. Say this person's checking it out. They give me one back first. I take it and I hold it just here on my middle finger. I take the other rubber band, and what I do is I put them together like this. So they're held with an X right here. Very similar, but different setup. So I go like this and I take one back. So it's all in full speed. It goes, I take one, I take the other, and it's done. And what I do is I actually rotate those as I put my fingers through all in one motion. So it's already got that center loop. I need that purple and blue to twist. So I take one, they give me the other, I overlap them right here. So there's this centerpiece. And as I take this back to my other hand, I twist that in one motion. So it doesn't look like I did anything at all, and I'm in the same situation right here. See? There's the top one and the bottom one with it overlapped once here and once there. All I've essentially done is twisted these bottom 2 around just like before, but with a little bit less movement. And all I'm gonna do is push my middle finger forward to get that section in the middle to twist. And I put my fingers in there. So it doesn't look like I do a whole lot. It looks like I'm just sticking rubber bands onto my fingertips. From here, it's exactly the same handling. Slightly difference is how I push up. I like to rotate this way. So you can go in any direction, up to you, but I push one down and one up, and I try to push right there. So in this case, look, you could be from back or from the front. It's exactly the same because no one's gonna notice that all I'm doing is letting this finger go. So watch, 1, 2, kink, and it goes through. And I like to really show this moment right here, and then let it sit down, and there's what you have. The only thing that's different at this point is you can add one more cool little trick. Right here inside my hand, you can see this situation right here where it's tied up. Pull this section right here up so it's tight against your first finger. Just make sure it's tight, way up top. So there's all this extra slack here. Make sure it's tight up there. And then what you can do is take over your first finger with your thumb and push and let go completely with your fingers. And look, now you have this situation. That's absolutely impossible. That's awesome. Look at this.
Yeah.
So you could be not quite surrounded, but if you have your hands down to an audience, that looks really good. Here's the actual situation. Watch. If I turn around and expose it from this angle, you can see there's rubber bands running down the backside of this thumb. It's very easy to do once you're in this situation. From here, I'm gonna bring it all back as before, and I'm gonna do this cool little box, just like Derek did. I'm gonna pull up right here with my first finger, and then I'm gonna separate that. So I'm just using this finger to hold it for a second, and then I switch it to make a box. And look where my thumb is. It's holding that same little sneaky spot right here that's still bound up, and then I separate over here or over here. You can do it with this finger, you can do it with this finger. It doesn't matter as long as you make what looks to be a square right here. And then here's a box that moves separate. Looks very legit. You're gonna pull up, and then to make it go through, I'm just gonna release what's underneath this thumb. 1, 2, 3, and it goes through, and you have yourself this awesome, magical penetration.
With just rubber bands.
Right.
Which is great, 'cause
They're
they're
laying around
organic
everywhere.
objects, exactly,
Yeah, dude,
yeah.
it's so cool.
Yeah, I tell people, I go, you know what these are? These are rubber bands. I found this across my, that, you know, wound up on my newspaper this morning. You
Yeah.
know? So innocent.
And those are kind of standard, like office rubber band. You see those everywhere.
Little tip, there's Staples has these rubber bands and they're called Brights. And some of the rubber bands in there are a little bit too small, but I think there's yellow and orange ones that are perfect size. They are super bright and really, they have just like a really nice texture to them. So I'll buy it, I'll take all the other ones and I'll toss them out, and I'll keep just the yellow and orange ones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really
Cool.
good contrast.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's hundreds of tricks you can do with rubber
Oh my
bands,
God.
man. This is one of my favorite ones to teach someone who has a real interest in magic. It's not like crazy level. This is actually a lot of technical stuff. I mean, there's a lot of movement, but it's not like you're learning years of sleight of hand or psychology.
Right.
It's like, this is manageable. Someone can put in an hour of practice in a mirror and they can do this trick and just fool themselves.
Sure.
You're in front of a mirror, you'll
Sure.
fool yourself. If you get it just right, even though behind the scenes you're seeing twists, look in the mirror and be like, okay, and then move your fingers and now it's linked. You're like, whoa!
Yeah.
In the mirror, it looks
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful
But
thing.
it's still one of those things that, like all magic, it's gonna take that dedication.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
ready?
we'll do it at the same time. 2 different methods. Watch. I'll put my fingers inside of mine. I got 2 rubber bands across the top here. And you can see front and back. Everything looks pretty cool because your fingertips hide this. Here we go. In the front. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Those are really linked, bro. I'm gonna show you backside on mine because I can do this thing with my thumb, which is an option. You don't have to. Okay. And then we're gonna make a box right here to show it's still very linked. And then 1, 2, 3. Whoa. That's pretty sick, bro.
That's magic.
Like I said, this one's not like knuckle busting. You don't have to have years of magic to pull this off. But what if someone wants to learn a trick they can do right now? What's a good one?
I got a perfect one for that. So you have this rubber band, you just go, and it vanishes up the nose. So that's great, right? It looks
Yeah.
good, right? So it starts on the wrist. You pull it out like this.
Okay.
Twist it so it's an X.
Okay.
And you're
okay. So it's actually good to reach in backwards, maybe.
Yeah, you can actually reach in backwards and twist it that way.
Okay.
The index finger will pull down,
Okay.
and so you're holding it like this.
Okay.
Right. So this is what they
So
see.
it looks like you have rubber band.
Looks like you just have the whole rubber band,
okay.
right? And so as you bring it up to your nose, you're gonna obviously release on the index finger here. It's gonna shoot back. But a important subtlety to this is as you do, you jet the head back.
Okay.
So 1, 2, and 3.
So it helps. In my case, I have 1 rubber band here. It would be better if I have 2 or 3. You think, or does it not really matter?
Yeah, it might. If you have a couple rubber bands, and they won't see it go back, right? Because they won't.
I have never done this one. So it's just like this.
Just like this.
And this is all just done like you're just grabbing it and hooking it on. It looks like you.
Yeah, and they're not looking for anything. So you
Okay.
just as you come up, you introduce a rubber band.
Right. And how do you make it not just land on your finger right there? Do you just move your finger out of the way?
Yeah, because it should jet back to the wrist. You don't want to put this in. Just kind of hold it on the edge
Yeah,
there.
because you want it to go back to your wrist, not onto your fingertip.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're pinching it and holding it. Okay.
Exactly.
Whew, that's good stuff.
That is good stuff.
Wow.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to tune in. Oh God, are you okay? Oh God, Rich, somebody call the rubber band police. Oh my God.
That's disgusting.
Oh, God.
Don't do that to me,
that's
man.
Gross. Hey, sorry.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much. If you want to check out more of Derek, check him out in his channel down below. We've done some other fun stuff together. I'll put some links down there for some other shenanigans. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much for coming back to my channel.
Man. Yeah, I look forward to the
being
next
a guest
time.
on the Trick Central, brother.
Hey, you got it, man. Thank you.
Peace out. See you next week.